Hi. Well, happy Turkey Day. Some people don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and some people have a very good reason for not doing so. And I respect that. I just don't know all the details, but I know that, being Native, and I should keep better track of the history, but Thanksgiving is not really a positive day for Native people. And it's because of the crimes. But anyway, aside from that, I am going to give a little update as to what I've been doing. I've been doing stuff in this little notebook, and I'm working on my book. It's taken me some time to just figure out why I struggle to kind of just get everything done, and then it clicked. So then I'll tell you this. So listen here. Let me tell you. It's all about accepting who you are in entirety, past, present, and future. If any one part of you rejects something about yourself, stuff mistakes from a different time, mistakes from the past, actions that you regret, who you used to be. It's like you don't have to hold yourself a slave to who you used to be, like that kind of perception, but you do have to have an acceptance of all that you are in order to really tap into the creative spark within yourself to pursue your destiny. If you don't accept yourself completely, it's just gonna leave you spinning in circles. And in my case, the big thing that I struggled with was feeling like I wanted to go in too many different directions, and I hadn't had a great idea on how I could earn money to make it happen, because I've had so many different things that I've done in this world, music being a big one apparently, as I've learned. So in this book, there's just been several different things. Like you can kind of see. I'm not going to show you all the stuff that's there, but like I said, this is kind of the approach that I'm taking. Is I am combining all that I am to make something happen, because if I try to do something the way that it's always been done, it doesn't work, because it's like I'm shutting a part of myself off, and then it just leads me to feeling frustrated, agitated, and I'm not motivated anymore. I don't feel fulfilled. Fulfillment has a lot to do with accepting the divine spark within. But you can only accept the divine spark within if you apply spiritual teachings. Like, for example, my friend Alora, who I mentioned more than once on this channel. My friend Alora, she lives in southern New Jersey. Very humble, very pure, very loving spirit. And it took me a long time to really see things from a truthful light. I've been seeing myself, too much from a human perspective, like from what other people have thought of me. And it was especially true when I was Ludwig. Like when I was Ludwig van Beethoven, I had kind of a mini tug of war within myself, because I very much just did what I felt was right, but I was easily triggered because I didn't know how, all this worked. I didn't know that I was an empath. So that kind of made things really muddy. But I knew in my soul that there was a right way to do things, but it was so confusing to me on like why people were so like stuck in like societal like expectation. Like that's the thing that really rubbed me the wrong way. And there were moments here and there where I felt like, you know, like am I coming off the wrong way to somebody? And if I did something that hurt somebody, I was overly apologetic because I got to thinking like, man, you know, here I am, very, very strong in my assertions, and if I said something or did something that caused another person to feel hurt, then it very much violates my morals. And then I look at myself and I go, I gotta apologize to this person. But like, at the time, it was like my perspective was slowly warping, because if you let society influence you enough, you start becoming your own enemy. And as I got older, it was getting harder for me to really keep a grasp on who I was, because it was like setback after setback after setback. And humans can be so backbiting. And yet, I look at this life and it a lot of it was much of the same kinds of themes. It was me trying to balance out who I am with respect to where people are at. And it was hard because I grew up, you know, seeing that people are ruled by the society that they live in. And who controls society? Government and religion. Government makes the schools, makes the governmental programs, you know, allows certain information to be accessed and doesn't allow certain information to be accessed. And I'm the kind of person that doesn't want to be put in a cage. I never want to be in a cage to where I can't be myself and I can't breathe. And I got to thinking, I'm too intelligent of a person to only reflect upon one lifetime that I've had. I've had a whole history of lifetimes. I gotten to realize the reason why it feels so hard for me to get something done is because my soul wants to do everything. And I just need a way to have that funded. You know, I need a passive income. But I thought of an idea. I'm not sure I want to share it yet, because I just thought about it. I haven't really planned out the logistics of it, and I am terrible at business, and I'm still bad at math, which it just seems to be part of my character. And I think the reason why that is because I'm all about inspiration, the motivation to just pursue your passion. I'm not about being so fixated on the nuts and bolts of things. And, you know, the human experience has been so whopper-jawed for a long time that people have gotten so entrained to thinking that they gotta be a certain way just to prove that they're good people in society. And then things got upside down, and you got all these influencers that are going around and just doing crazy, nonsensical things. And it's all making a lot of people just think that this world is on fire. And it is metaphorically on fire because there's so much conflict between the light and dark of a person. It's all in here. Your soul drives the brain. So if you're not straight here and you're not combining the powers of the mind and the heart, you're only functioning from bits and pieces of who you are and not completely as you are. Like, you're only functioning from one center or section of your brain. And science has good information, but people in this world will lie to you. And they'll lie to you and they say, no, they did this study and they found this out and this is the results. And it's like, you can't trust a lot of things that you read because most of it is just a lie. And it takes discernment to really sort the lies out so that all you're left with is truth. And it's hard. That's why I've done a lot of learning from Alora, because at least through her courses, she finds the right information. She gives you real life examples saying, this is that, and this is why you're stuck here and they're over there. She shows you as above, so below, and everywhere in between. And being able to access the part of God that's within you, or the creator, the universe, the big space brain. In order to access the divine, you have to stop functioning as if you have parts of yourself that you need to lock away or cut or kill, or, you gotta stop acting like you gotta massacre yourself in order to function as a person here. Weak people will sell themselves out to be part of this world because it's more comfortable just to go and do what they're doing. But people with actual strength and integrity, those are the people that are fighting to maintain who they are because they know that what's going on in this world is all wrong. And, having a position in government was not supposed to be about enslaving people. It was not supposed to be about lying to people. It was not supposed to be about stealing people's money and using it vanity projects. It was not about the enslavement of people. It was supposed to be about being able to create an ecosystem in which people can live balanced in, with one another and with the creation that they're a part of. It's not about how much money a person can get. It's not about how much power a person can have. It was always supposed to be about existing in harmony. And that's why I like looking at the works of Beethoven, because this was a man that was deeply misunderstood, because if you don't understand me, you're certainly not understanding me. So, listen. I don't even think I understood myself enough in that lifetime. Yeah, I had a strong sense that there is a God. I had such a sense that we were all meant to live as a collective, to get along with one another, to respect each other's boundaries, and to be able to relate to one another from each other's varied experiences. We were meant to get together and to create new memories that we can share with one another. And as Alora told me and all her other students that follow her on her media pages, Instagram, I think, is where she posted it. She said that the greatest gift that God could give are the people who are true to you. Because it's all about being a collective. You don't have a universe if everything is at war with itself. And there's a brilliant opportunity, because out of all this chaos, there is a chance to make better things manifest. That chaotic energy is necessary because you got to destroy the evil, the wicked, the old, the stuff that didn't help people to grow closer to the divine being, but kept them from it. All the destruction is an opportunity for people to really dig deep inside themselves and to really wake up and say, I have a destiny that I've been avoiding. I have a dream that has been left unfulfilled. I'm going to go and get on that. And as you're getting on that path, a number of things are going to encounter. You are going to encounter a number of things. I get so wrapped up and passionate about things that I don't talk straight sometimes. Inspiration knocks at your door, and you should take that as a chance to get to know yourself better. Everyone is a reflection of one another. It's a projection and a reflection. Alora said, that her soul mother, Archangel Ariel, has explained that what is here, the reality, and what is a dream within is so much more closer than you think. The boundary, the veil, is only there because you have these mechanisms of compartmentalization that tells you, no, there's only certain things that you can do because it's been taught in school, and it's been scientifically proven that human beings just can't do X, Y, Z. And it's like, let go of the BS. Like, if you get to seeing what the truth is, everything is a holographic reality. This universe is a holographic reality. It's all mental, mind over matter. Does the matter actually exist? No, because it's up here. And if you want to find out about what's actually real, Alora's got courses on. She's got courses on that. She's got all these teachings that could help people stop suffering and grow closer to God, the Heavenly Father, the big, wonderful, divine being that, leads this universe to a better place. Everything that's in this world is temporary. Our lifetimes are temporary. My career as a composer, that was very much temporary. Like, I did print all this out because I thought to myself, I get to look back and appreciate what I've done. But then I also realized I don't got to be hung up on the fact that I've done so much great stuff in that life that it seemed like I hardly had done anything at all in this life. It's like, no, I don't got to be held up by that. There's a reason for everything. And God put me together the way that He did for the sole purpose of going through human suffering alongside all y'all, in order to be an example and say, hey, none of this was meant to destroy you. And the lies that the people who are ruling from all these high places for their own, self-glorification and working for, the overlords of hell, and they already had their reward. After this planet is gone, there's nothing. Why not let them fall and let this planet continue becoming better? Evil has its downfall. It always does. But people get so hung up on all the negatives. They don't see the possibilities. And we have to start learning to see the possibilities in everything. And that's why I had a lot of enemies in these different lifetimes that I lived. Because I'm just myself, a beacon of light, a conduit between heaven and earth. And evil people don't like that. So they want people that are full of hurt, emotional pain, turmoil, unfulfillment, shadow. They want people that are full of shadows to come against people like me and, be a bully. And it's like, no, it's like if people could realize those puppet masters don't have to have control of your life. If you feel the need to hurt somebody, stop and take a look at yourself before you do it. Because what you think is true isn't true. It's like the initial thought that you have is just a distortion. Everything's a reflective. If I go and I hurt somebody on the street, that's basically the same as hurting myself, and it's the same as hurting my family, the Lord. And wasn't it Yeshua that was teaching people to love your neighbor as you love yourself? And it's really because everything's part of the same creation. It makes no darn sense to hurt people, and it makes no darn sense to do evil things. Those that do evil because they have sold themselves to their vices, and now they got this empty black hole that's consuming their life essence. And so they have to keep vampirizing everybody just to stay alive. And that's not an existence worth living. But when you connect to the Heavenly Father, to the source of the universe, you have a battery that lasts forever. Things of this world are temporary, and they change all the time. That's because it all comes from here. If you learn from a Lauracean, everything is a reflection of what's up here. All this hate and malice that we're seeing in this world is because people don't know who they are in their own head. The seat of the soul, the pineal gland, the thing that gets calcified if you ingest fluoride, that thing has to get decalcified. Otherwise, you don't have any more access to other areas in your brain. Because that's basically a prison. That calcium acts like a shell that blocks you off. It's like a Faraday cage. It just comes in and your brain's less functional because you're blocking off your soul. Then, when you learn Tantra, it's all about getting the energy to rise up the spine. You got to connect it between heaven and earth. So, you got an earth star chakra. You got to have that go up to your root through your feet. Then it's got to go up your spine. It's got to get to this point, and it's got to reach a level that is so high in vibration and close to your higher self that the bridge can be made. But people don't seem to want to be free. For whatever reason, it's like they love their cage. And there are people that do want to be free. There are people that want to be free and yet somehow feel conflicted because they're hanging on to the expectations of their parents, society, their teachers, their cousin down the road. There's so many safeguards that the wicked have put in place to keep people trapped into a certain way of thinking. Be open-minded. Start changing how you look at the world. And if you like what I'm doing, subscribe, like this video, leave the comment. Let me know if you have questions about anything in regards to stuff about ADHD, autism, finding your passion, how to be motivated, learning new things. Just start leaving comments. Be like, well, what's your perspective on blank? And let me look at it. Let me think about it, mull it over. Let's get more of an interaction going on, because this journey is all about all of us. It's not just about me, and it's not just about where I'm going and where I used to be. I had my chance as a composer. And I thought to myself, it would be very nice to get back into music and to compose more music. I would end up needing time to do that. I would need an income because that's a lot of work. I also thought about doing a graphic novel. At the same time, I need time. I need income because that's a lot of work. And I have a really great idea for a graphic novel. So I did start writing that down. And it's gonna be real nice. It's gonna take a lot of work, and my hand as it is starts throbbing if I do too much writing or drawing. There's some sort of nerve damage that I've gotten from college, and it just never goes away. But I could still write and draw with this. It's just not as good. So, might just have to be left-handed for a bit for some of these things, because my right hand hurts, and I don't know what to do about it. It's just constantly hurting. It's uncomfortable. It's like pins and needles all the time. But anyway, make sure you have a good day. Make sure when you start finding yourself sinking down into a negative spiral, don't let it destroy you. See how you can transform what's going on there into a positive. Alora taught me a lot about that. You know, I found her in 2013, and she said that I was the first person to find her, basically, and to stick around. Like, I've been the first one to find her, and to really stick around. And it's 2025, almost 2026. I'm still hanging in there. I'm still sticking around. And I know she says she's seen the horizon, and her time here is not going to be much longer. My time here isn't going to be forever either. You know, I'm 37. She's in her early 40s. We're not going to live forever. So we're going to need people to really step it up and to dig into their heart and say, who am I? Like, who am I authentically? Like, and then just use who they are to help make this world a better place. Because we all have a destiny. We just got to stop trying to chase each other's paths. It's like what they're promoting out there is asinine. It's a sham. You know, don't believe the lies that they're spewing on social media, over the news, and don't believe people that are just talking just for the sake of talking and acting like they know what they're talking about. Don't follow those people. Follow somebody like Alora and myself who have an awakened understanding of things. Like, I'm awakened. I'm an awakened spiritual being. And I'm meant to have a multidimensional existence. I am not going to trap myself into Earth's way of thinking of things, because that way is not the right way. And we got indigenous people that are living in this world that have a voice, but their voices need to be amplified because they are close to creation. We need to follow more of their example so that this earth can survive. This earth won't have much time left if people keep chasing after the stupidity that's being promoted. So let's be more indigenous. Let's be more closer to nature and creation. Get rid of the mindset that you're going to have to somehow one-up another person. It's like, no, get rid of ego. No ego. None of that. And that's the thing. It's like, people had really poor understanding of me. It's like, I've always wanted this world to be a better place. But I had people that didn't want people to be liberated. They didn't want to lose their positions. They didn't want to lose the cushy lifestyle that they've built for themselves, and at the expense of others. It's like they didn't want to lose that. It's like, we're going to have to give up luxury because that's not necessary. God provides everything. The creator, the sentient being that permeates nature, provides everything. If he's in nature, we got to stop destroying nature. Plain and simple. We got to live in harmony with everything else. So, we'll see you. The end of my passionate talking / rant / tangent / whatever the heck it is. Like, you know, have a good day. Stay positive. Stay strong. Don't let the darkness of this world get to you, because it's temporary. Just remember that God is good and on his word. Heavenly Father is good and true to his word. He's very kind, very loving. And it feels great. It feels great to be surrounded in his light. It's like, it's amazing. So I want to send you off and be free. We'll see you.